PDR, I like it. Passion, determination, and resilience. And don't we need all of those particular qualities? Davion Hodges joined. My main man Hodges. Yes. So glad you can join Wayne Mondell. Shout out to Wayne Mondell, huge sponsor of the show. And he's actually going to have his own show starting next week. So welcome aboard. If you need a personal trainer, by all means, Wayne Mondell. I am Next Level Training, amazing personal trainer. Just look at me. I'm the prime example. I mean, don't I look like a Greek god? Don't I? No, I'm just messing around. And welcome to another edition of the Rashad Mills Show. That's courtesy of PowerPurposeRadio.com. Thank you so much out there for tuning in. It's Tuesday at 8 p.m. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to rock with me tonight, and I am more than appreciative and grateful of that. I'm also thankful to the good Lord, because without him and his presence and all the blessings that he's bestowed upon me, this show would not be happening. Now, speaking of being appreciative and thankful for Jonathan Passley joining me on the show. Passley, excuse me. See, I joked around prior to the show, Passley, and then I renamed you again, so it's Jonathan Passley.
Yes.
Man, I just renamed you twice.
You did. It's fine, but most people get it wrong the first time.
Okay.
Around, so.
See, I don't want to be like most people, man, so I'm messed up. So again, Jonathan Passley is joining me on the show tonight. The power of social media. I actually saw some of Jonathan's posts quite a while ago. And I reached out to him and said, would you be on a guest on the show? He said, yeah, I would do that without a problem. And as I was actually going over your bio, you gave me the short version, but I'm sure we could talk about your bio and some of the accomplishments that you've had. It could probably take a show in itself just to kind of go over your bio. But some of the things that actually stood out to me: accomplished entrepreneur, a consultant, a speaker, and you founded PDR Web Solutions in 2008. Only at the tender age, still a young buck. Of 22 years old. So out of all those titles, which one is most, I won't use the term impressive, but which one feels better to you? Is it one that just, it's like your baby out of all of those titles that you have?
I would say consultant.
Why consultant?
Consultant because it allows me to help other businesses and entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. Using the experience, knowledge, skills that I have, and taking them from where they currently are in their business as far as marketing goes, mm-hmm. and taking them to the next step in generating more leads and sales and customers for their business. So that that's the power right there, to be able to change a business and get them to accomplishing their goals.
So Power Purpose Radio again here with Jonathan Passley, entrepreneur, consultant, speaker. Why is it, or where did you develop this passion to help other people? Because a lot of times successful people, they want to stay in their own shell and kind of be isolated and be successful by themselves, and they're not really willing to give back. So where did that come from?
Where did that come from? That's interesting. So I sort of always had, I think everybody has a little bit of, help others and things like that, mm-hmm. but where it really started to kick in about 12, 13 months ago, last April of 2016, I was in the office one day, working late, just mm-hmm. like an entrepreneur, and you know how you kind of cough something up, and so I coughed something up, it's kind of in your throat, and there was blood in it, and I said, oh, wait a minute, that's kind of, it's not normal, right? So let me try to see if I can do it again. I did it again, and blood was in it. So, wow. The motivated entrepreneur I am, I was like, well, okay, let me get back to work.
Let me finish the job, and then my health becomes secondary.
Yeah. That can wait. It's only blood. So, but now I was like, you know what? No, let me pack up, go home, just in case, whatever it may be. And so I did that. There was actually one employee left in the office. Said, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna head out. So I did. As soon as I walked through the door, I felt a little nauseous, mm-hmm. right? And I was like, I can make it home. I'm only maybe 7 minutes away from home. I said, no, let me just go to the bathroom just in case. Long story short, I started throwing up blood.
Wow.
Absolutely nothing but blood. And, as you're throwing up blood, you get a little scared because,
A lot.
Yeah.
Not a little, but a lot.
A lot of scared. So, you start throwing up blood. And so long story short, I go to the hospital, and just to kind of fast forward, so the doctors say, okay, we're going to do endoscopy, we're going to see, most likely you have an ulcer, something's bleeding in there, we're going to put you to sleep, everything's going to be fine. I said, okay, good, we're going to patch you up. So they do that, and I wake up. I'm kind of out of it. All I see is my wife, and at the time, like 3-month-old son. My wife looks super concerned. I see doctors kind of running everywhere.
So let me just jump in with a quick question. When you saw your wife and the concerned look on her face, what was your initial thought?
I was just like, something is not right. Something's not right. And, at that moment in time, all I thought was, I really prayed and I said, God, I don't know what's going on, but please don't take me and leave me from my wife and my 3-month-old son. That's all I could think about. It wasn't about business. It wasn't about goals and anything. That's all I could think about.
Just to be alive.
Just to be alive.
Absolutely.
And so long story short, we put me back to sleep. I wake up and they found basically a tumor on my stomach and liver. And the one on my stomach burst, and I was basically bleeding to death.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so the journey began there, and, so you go to the doctor. Obviously, they removed it, and I was in the hospital for a week. And, you go back to the doctor to do a checkup, because I'm all about mindset. And actually, for 3 days after the surgery, I said, don't tell me anything. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. So 3 days in, they told me I had tumors, and I'm not a medical person or a doctor or whatever it may be. So I didn't know that tumors could mean cancer. Didn't know that.
Okay.
It didn't really hit me until I went to a doctor to follow up, and I didn't really have a doctor that had bedside manners. He just kind of shot it to me straight. He said, Jonathan, look. You got cancer. It's stage 4, and if you don't take care of it, bad things are going to happen. So we're going to put you on this medicine. And I mean, he was just very straightforward.
Like extremely blunt.
Blunt. He didn't care at all. He was like, look, I got a conference I got to go to in 10 minutes, so we're just going to go ahead and knock this out. I'm like, wait. Wow. What? So that's how he shot it to me. So after that, I got a strong mind, but at that point, I was a little devastated.
Rightfully so.
So long story short, some things start falling into perspective when you hear news like that, and you start going through the journey, and you start doing research, and you see, the effects of your traditional, radiation, your chemo, and then you got the holistic routes, and you get all this information and things like that. But to shorten the story, to kind of get back to your original question, why do I want to help people? When something like that happens to you, and especially so young, because I just turned 31 a couple of weeks ago, so this happened to me a few weeks before my birthday. So my birthday is May 15th. This happened April 20th, so let's say 3 weeks before my 30th birthday. So when something like that happens, you get news like that, it puts some things into perspective. And I stopped thinking about self, and I started thinking about more of helping others, even in the time of a trial or challenge.
Wow.
So not concentrating on, me and my issues and what's going to happen to me, but, who can I bless, while I'm going through this challenge and trial. So it really shifted my perspective on things. Yeah.
One of the things that I just want to tell everybody watching powerpurposeradio.com, and certainly my family on Facebook Live as well, that as a Christian, I always find God, I try to find God in everything. And I think what happens oftentimes, we go through things in life, and then God finds a way to show up. So I don't know what you were like prior to finding this out, but then after finding this out, it's like God just shifted and said, Jonathan, I need you to give back, and in turn be more helpful with your skill set to help others. And he had to do it through cancer.
Yeah, everybody has a different journey. Everybody has a different journey.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. We all have a story.
We all have a story. Yeah, we all have a story. But the way how I shifted, like how you said, how my focus is more on helping people. It happened through cancer. Wow. Other people might be some other ways, but and it may sound crazy, but I'm actually thankful for the whole experience.
Why?
I'm a completely different person. Completely different person. Mindset's different. Beforehand I was the entrepreneur, the driven about building the business, building this big empire, and getting having 100 employees and huge house in the Ferrari. You know what the definition of success is.
By the way, if you do get the Ferrari, give me 5 minutes on 695 and let me air it out.
Well, yeah. Well, now I don't. I realize those things are not really what I define as success, and really, it really isn't. It's really not success anyway. The material things, and if you are to leave this earth, they're going to sit here. They're going to break down. They're going to rot. Someone else is going to buy it and trash it or whatever it may be. So to really focus your time, energy, your whole life towards getting these things, you really don't have a purpose.
Wow, you're speaking some heavy words. Success and then purpose. So by all accounts, you've been very successful at what you do, PDR, Web Solutions. But now, after that incident, twofold question. The first part is, how did it change you as an entrepreneur in terms of your workload? And then the second part to that question is how did this experience make you reshape what success is?
Those are two really good questions. So how it shaped me as an entrepreneur, it allowed me to be a lot more grateful for what I have, and then also to sit back and see, not only what I've built, but basically what God has blessed me with as far as the business goes.
Okay.
Because I was so focused on moving forward, I didn't see after, basically almost a decade of, running PDR, that we were in a really good spot. We've done some really good things for clients we've taken literally businesses from a one-man band to now a multi-million-dollar company that hires 50, 60 people and one of the top businesses within their industry. I mean, we've done some really amazing things for clients, and I've been really blessed. If it wasn't for this experience, I've been blessed to see that now the business is really running on its own, and I don't have to work 50, 60, 80 hours a week.
Wow, okay.
I can put 20 hours in and the business is still doing well, it's still moving on its own. So that's how it kind of changed me as an entrepreneur, to kind of just be grateful for, where we are and what we have, and not comparing my business to others.
Absolutely. The old adage is comparison is the thief of joy. So that's a wonderful way of looking at it. So the second part to that, how do you find success now?
How do I find success?
Or what's your definition of success now after this incredible experience?
My definition of success is, one, finding out what your God-given purpose is in life and following that. And if it's God-given, your purpose, it's more times than other helping someone or helping others using the skills, talents, abilities, experience that you have.
Man, you are preaching. You are preaching tonight. I mean, like a smooth Barry White voice, man. I want to pass the collection plate around because you're dropping some gems on this. PowerPurposeRadio.com and Facebook Live as well. I just want you guys to really focus in on what Jonathan just said. Finding your purpose, he stated, that's part of being successful. And when you find your purpose, the gifts and the skill set that God has granted you, and I use the word granted you, then in turn you should be giving back to other people. That is what success is. Oftentimes we get caught up, especially through social media. Oh, yeah. I mean, we get caught up watching the post and how the Joneses are living. The cars might be rented, the houses might not be theirs, and we just want the next best thing. I was actually listening to Pastor Joe Osteen today, an audiobook, and he really focused on that. It was one of the things he talked about is just stay in your particular lane. Stay in your moment. Enjoy that now before God gives you more. And you mentioned gratitude, and you have to be grateful for what you have in order for him to open up heaven and send down those blessings. You got to be grateful for what you have. Just going back a bit, you talked about some of the clients that you have worked with previously. Johns Hopkins. Everybody has heard of Johns Hopkins, obviously one of the number one research university in the world. And if it's a hospital, obviously number one hospital in the world as well. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, to name a few. St. Joseph's Medical Center. So you've worked with some big names. So for people out there that are watching, maybe it's an entrepreneur, they want to get a website, and they need some help from Jonathan, kind of let them know your business specifically, what services you can provide and how you can take them from sort of A and get them closer to Z in terms of the growth of their business.
Yeah, sure. So what we really specialize in is basically being almost like a full-time marketing department to businesses that don't have one. So we go in and for a business, kind of sit down with them and figure out where they are currently as far as their sales, leads, and things like that, and figure out their goals, where are they looking to go in the next 6 months, 12 months, whatever it may be, and chart out a plan to get them there. And then what we do is we manage everything from their website to their online marketing, whether it's search engine optimization or paid advertising like Google AdWords, social media. We put it kind of all in a plan and manage it all, and then track everything to make sure that that everything is working and firing well to get them to where they need to be as far as their goals and leads and sales and customers. So so kind of a one-stop shop in helping a business grow and getting new customers.
So for somebody right now that has a website, what would be one of the first things that you look at their website and begin to say, this is an area of improvement? Is it like one thing? Because I've had people actually look at my website, and it's amazing how people look at one website differently. I would start changing this, so maybe I would change that. So is there like one thing that you would focus on in terms of looking at a business's website?
Yeah, sure. So the number one thing I would look at, the most important thing I would look at is the messaging. A lot of people focus on the design. Oh, I want a design that looks nice and it's up to date. And that's sort of important, but if you have the right messaging, that'll trump everything. And what I mean by messaging, you want to take your target audience. You want to know who your customers are, or know who your best customers are, and what are the problems that they're having. What are they looking for? And what are the issues that they're having? And in your messaging, it should take them, your business should say, hey, Mr. Customer, I know the problem that you're having, and here are the solutions to take you to your dream solution, or to take you to the solution that you're looking for. So it's all about messaging. You want to make sure that you have the right messaging for your audience that's going to be visiting your website.
Gotcha. Now, you've been in the entrepreneurial world for quite some time now. Just kind of tell people that are watching PowerPurposeRadio.com and Facebook Live as well about some of the successes that you have had, and also some of the down moments, because I think when people see the word entrepreneur, it's like, well, Jonathan can probably sleep until 10 a.m., have a turkey bacon sandwich, maybe kind of watch ESPN for a few hours, and then go to the office and kind of frolic around for a little bit. But they don't see the 50, 60, 80 hours, sort of the moments where you're wrecking your brain. So just kind of give some people on some of your personal successes and some of the challenges that you've had as well.
Yeah, sure. I can tell you right now, being an entrepreneur, running your business, it is 10 times more difficult than having a job, than a 9 to 5. So if you're looking to get into business, you say, oh yeah, I can work whenever I want, and I don't have to answer anybody, I don't have a boss. That's all wrong. First off, you can't work whenever you want, because one, there's business hours. So if you plan to have customers, which you should, they're probably going to be calling you between the hours of 9 to 5. Or
Banker's hours, right?
Yeah, so you should probably be awake or probably be available during those times and answer those calls. And yeah, you might not have a manager, but now you have several because you have customers.
Absolutely.
And you have to answer to those customers. So, but no, yeah, running businesses is hard work. Some of the successes I've had, though, there are different milestones, but one of the biggest successes that I can kind of think of was, I'll shoot off a few. So when we got our first office, that was a success. When we upgraded and got a bigger office because we outgrew the first office, that was a success. Securing Johns Hopkins, we've done a few projects for them. That was a huge one for us. Yeah,
that's pretty big.
The first check that I got from our first customer, I actually copied it. I have it framed. I still got it framed now. The first check that we received from a customer. So those are just some kind of the ones that pop into my mind. Oh, hiring the first employee.
How was that? That's like a big moment. Like I just hired somebody.
It was a big moment. It was scary, just like in the office. because when you start hiring employees, you now think like you're responsible for this person's living.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
so like you have to make money now. It's not just you. You can't just, you know, you
Right.
might be surviving
Right.
off of ramen noodles and crackers and
Right.
water, but like this person is looking for a check every 2 weeks. You can't say, oh, such and such, well, you know, such and such customer didn't pay us this week, so you gotta wait next week. You can't do that. And you can't come up with that excuse. No, like every 2 weeks you gotta pay them, you know? So it adds some pressure for you to perform, but, you know, that's entrepreneurship. That's running a business. It's just, you know, it comes with the territory. So that was a success.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the hardships are also employees. You know? Yeah.
So the same people.
Same people.
Right.
Same. I've had some horror stories when it
Now,
comes to employees.
I'm going to throw you out there and kind of put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to fire somebody?
Yes.
And if so, what was that like the first time? You seem like a mild-mannered, really relaxed, nice guy. So what was that like when you had to sit them down and say, you know what? I don't need you anymore. What was that moment like? Because I don't have that in me, to be honest.
Really? Well, yeah, you got to learn it. The first time was nerve-wracking. You know, the first time it was like literally if you get on stage and you're going to perform, you get the butterflies. And
Right, absolutely.
You start rehearsing, like, how am I going to fire this person? All right, I'm going to say this first. So that's how it was. But then...
So you in the bathroom, like in the stall, kind of going through it.
in the mirror.
Yeah, you're fired.
Yeah.
You're fired. Right.
I'm firing you because... you rehearse it. It's awkward. It's a little scary, you know, but you get through it. But it gets easier. At least it got easier for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it got really easy for me because it's awkward to fire someone and you get a little scared and all that. Sometimes you can wait too long to fire someone,
Okay.
which can hurt your business.
So it sounds like that you let your emotions become. You couldn't make that separation between business and sort of the emotions.
I know I could.
Okay.
It's just that, like, you know, you feel kind of not bad for them, but you maybe give them another chance.
Okay.
Or you know, you don't want to have the conversation of firing them because it's like getting on stage and performing.
Right.
You know,
butterflies.
the
and-
butterflies.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's a whole process you have to go through and things like that. But what I learned through experience and the hard way is that typically the employee is not going to get better, and they can literally kill your business if you keep them too long. And I kept someone too long, and they literally cost us, I'll even give you the number, over $40,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, because I kept them too long. Great person, but
Just not worth $40,000.
we lost. Yeah, I mean, it was we kept them too long. So from that experience, I said never again. Once I figure out it's not a good fit, we gotta let them go. And yeah, I'm kind of calm, collected, and all that, but I'm very decisive. I'm stern when I need to be. You're not gonna roll over me at all, no whatsoever. I'll step up when I need to, but and I'll be polite and all that, but.
You'll politely let them go.
I'll politely let them go. I will politely let them
Politely let them go. I like that.
Politely.
I like that. So you mentioned that at the time you had a 3-month-old child. So I'm assuming he's probably 1.5, 2 at this point.
Yeah, he's 15 months now.
Okay.
15 months.
So when he grows up and he comes to you and he says, "Dad, should I go the traditional route of working 9 to 5 or the entrepreneurial route?" I always ask entrepreneurs this, which way you want to guide him? Because I know you probably, Dad's an entrepreneur, kind of stay away from the 9 to 5 world. So I'm curious just to get your thought on that.
I will passionately encourage him to, be more of an entrepreneur. And kind of instill, my goal is to instill principles in him as he grows up. Mm-hmm. So he leans more towards that. And just because that's my, that's my experience. I've always said that parents will raise their children the best way they know how, and guide them using what they think is the best direction.
Gotcha.
Right? So for me, I think the best direction is entrepreneurship. Now I'll guide them. I won't force them. You know, if business is not what they want to do, entrepreneurship is not what they want to do. They want to be a doctor or an engineer or whatever they want to be. Whatever they want to be, I'll encourage them. I won't force them, but I'll definitely encourage them to take
You'll
the
kind
option
of steer them one way as opposed to another way.
Yeah.
PowerPurposeRadio.com. Just checking in with you guys. Also, Facebook Live family. Thank you so much, everybody, for checking in. Deborah, who's checking in from Puerto Rico. Jacqueline, who's checking in. Shree McPherson, thank you so much. My good friend Stephen Wells saw you on the live feed as well. Thank you so much. I'm here with entrepreneur, consultant, speaker, founder of PDR Web Solutions, Mr. Jonathan Passley. Jonathan, so we're at the stage in the program. We're about 5 minutes out, but I want you to go ahead and take this opportunity just to make a pitch for somebody right now that needs some help in terms of digital marketing, why you would be the best fit for them, and please, by all means, give them your contact information so they can have access to that. And hopefully, you guys will call Jonathan right after the show.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so PDR Web Solutions. So yeah, again, for any business that is struggling with knowing how to generate new customers, looking to really grow their business, get more leads and sales, new customers. That's where we shine. Sitting down with you, figuring out where you are now, and charting out a plan online for you to get new customers. So utilizing whether it's social media, search engine optimization, ads, whatever the best route for you is for your business and for your industry to get in front of your audience. That's what we do. So the reason why we're the best at that, or why we're the company to go for, or to choose. Again, been doing this for a decade now, and our industry is very competitive. So you not only are we competing with people in Maryland or in the U.S., but really internationally. Because let's be honest, you can call somebody India and and hire them too as well. So to survive in our industry and for so long, we've got to be doing something right. So
Absolutely.
and we've gotten some really good results for our clients. Again, I'll just tell you, one of our clients, I spoke briefly on this. He came to us. He's in the real estate industry, property management industry, and he was a one-man band. It was just him, and we started marketing for him, and within literally 8 months, he had to move to an office. He hired employees. 8 months in, he called me and said, "Jonathan, whatever you're doing, stop it, because I can't handle how many leads are coming in.
Wow.
We can't handle it."
Wow.
I was like, put everything on pause so I can build the infrastructure, hire the people, get the office to be able to handle what it is you're doing.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
That's an absolute great thing. So if people need to get in contact with you, what is the best way? And give out your social media contact information as well so they can catch up with you.
Yeah, sure. So if you're already online, just on Instagram at Jonathan Passley. So JONATHAN, last name Passley, PASSLEY. It's the same handle for Facebook too as well. Like my Facebook business page, again, facebook.com/Jonathan Passley. So Instagram at Jonathan Passley, or Facebook business page /Jonathan Passley. Or you can even go to our website, pdrwebsolutions.com. We're all over the internet. Or if you want to go to my own personal website, JonathanPassley.com. We're on Google. Just Google me. If you Google me, you'll find me. So I'm very easy to find.
So we're at that point in the show. It's almost time to conclude, but I always do a rapid fire with my guests. Are you ready? I'll put you on the spot, and I'll ask you a question, I'll give you a phrase, and your mission is to give me the first response that comes to mind. So this one is slightly different. You mentioned that you would politely fire somebody, right? You're fired. So if you haven't been in a cocoon for the last 6 months, the 45th president was known for those two words, "you're fired." So if in fact you had to fire the 45th president, let me hear your best "you're fired" speech to him in 30 seconds or less.
Okay. Well, Mr. President, we've kind of looked at not only your track record before this, your presidency, but also now, and you don't seem to be really getting the gist of the job. Some of the decisions you're making are very outlandish and outside of what we typically see, and it's unique in a way where it's actually sending us backwards. So just kind of looking at the whole picture, this isn't working out very well for me. And we're going to have to part ways, and from this point forward, your job has been terminated.
Wow. I like it, man. That was polite,
Very polite,
professional, and classy.
Yeah.
I was hoping that you're fired, Donald. Wow. So thank you so much for joining me on the Rashad Mills Show, courtesy of PowerPurposeRadio.com. Facebook Live, thank you so much. Yes, Jacqueline, that was awesome. Thank you, Tamika, for tuning in. Deborah, again, from Puerto Rico, thank you so much. And I just want to go ahead and make a plug. Guys, every Friday, I give you happy hour. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, Rashad Bowtie Mills. I just want to make you aware that August the 12th, I am looking for a minimum of 10 people to attend the Extreme Makeover Family Conference, which is going to take place August the 12th, 9 through 4 p.m., the hotel at the Arundel Mills Preserve. I'm include the link in the video. It's going to be an awesome experience. You'll have 2 meals and a snack, and then you'll have amazing speakers. I'll be speaking on the perspective of mental health. Guys, I'm pretty candid about my own mental health issues, so this should be an amazing experience. Again, August the 12th, save the date. Extreme Makeover Family Conference. Going to be an amazing time. Catch me this week. Social media, Rashad Bowtie Mills, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And again, you have Jonathan's information. So if you are somebody that needs some assistance in the world of web solutions, he is the man that can help you out. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back here next Tuesday at 8 p.m. God loves you, and so do I. Man, that was really good. My man Ill Will tuning in. You're a little bit late, but I forgive you. I forgive you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. This is somebody... it's another Passley.
Hey, it's my wife.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Wife? You got a good guy here, a really good guy, an amazing story.
Hey, honey.
Did you go ahead and blow a kiss, man?
No, that's a little too much. I said the honey part.
Oh, you said the honey part.
Yeah,
okay, cool. So thank you, everybody, again, Facebook Live tuning in. It was an amazing story. And very quickly, I just want to give you a few jewels that I learned. PDR, it stands for passion, determination, and resilience. And that's something that you need, not just in the world of business, but also in your life. And a few things that Jonathan said, he mentioned that he thanked God for this opportunity. So whatever trial that you are actually going through, please understand it's only there to make you better. Everything that you go through is your testimony to help not yourself. Once you get through it, then your job is to help somebody else and then make the world a better place as a result of it. So, Jonathan, any last words to tell people? Facebook Live?
Sure. Actually, yeah, passion, determination, resilience. So when I thought of that, it was the 3 characteristics I think anybody needs to succeed at anything. So, but yeah, no, that's about it. Again, success, the true definition of it is find your purpose.
Yeah, I love that.
And, walk in your purpose and that's success. It's not the car, it's not the big house, not how big you build your business. It's really not that. It's, again, find your purpose, and most likely your purpose is going to be helping others using the talents, skills, abilities, and experiences that God has blessed you with. So
that's the perfect way to close it out. Thank you so much. I will see you guys Friday morning at 5 a.m. for happy hour. I'm out. Oh, good stuff, man.
Yes, very good.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Enjoyed it.
Really good. Really good.
Thanks.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
I love your story.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Man, I'm just a...
How did you become 100% cancer free?
I didn't say I was 100% cancer free.
He said, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. I didn't go with my mouth.
I read it on your page. I'm on your page.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
See, I was speaking into existence.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Look, I was.
No, that's it.
Even better.
So I'm still in the journey.
Okay, awesome.
I haven't been officially declared 100%
Okay.
cancer free, but things are definitely going in the right direction.
I'm asking because somebody I love is going through it too.
So stage
Not
4
easy.
is the worst.
Yeah, so stage 4 they classify anytime it starts to spread because they found a tumor on my stomach and liver. So automatically it's like, oh, it's spreading, stage 4. And when you hear stage 4, you're like, oh, you about to die. Like, whoa, what you mean? So, but it hasn't spread. Once they cut it out from my stomach, it's only been secluded to my liver, and now because I was going the holistic route for about a year, and that was slowing things down, but that wasn't stopping it. And so now, along with kind of holistically, but also now with medicine, modern medicine, taking a like a chemo pill, and that's stopping it and moving in the right direction. So it's been quite a guide.
So has your workload, like hours wise, I'm sure your wife is probably like, "You gonna cut it back?
Yeah.
We need you around."
Well, I've cut down workload, but again, it's part of that. Like, I didn't realize I didn't need to work so hard. Actually, me not working so hard has benefited us. Like, because you can make yourself busy.
Yes.
And that's kind of what I was doing. Doing stuff I shouldn't be doing, when instead I should have been just delegating it. And now I see that. I'm like, wait a minute, this is not my job. I'm paying this person. Delegate. So that's, so now my main job, like even clients-wise, I'll get a little bit involved in things, but I'm nowhere near as involved as I used to be, because I don't need to be. Because I've got employees and they're good, they're trustworthy. The ones I have now, trustworthy. They hold things down. So now my main job is just marketing us. You see the social media, doing the videos and things like that. And that's just kind of what I do all day.
Wow, great story, man.
No, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. Thanks for having me on the show.